So let's get into that. Let's get into it. Today I'll be talking about producing specific footage topics that are in demand by our customers. So one thing we hear every day at Shutterstock is that our customers are looking for diversity and authenticity. Authenticity, what does that mean? That means that they're looking for footage that looks real. They're looking for footage that does not look staged. The subjects are natural and relaxed. It looks like it could be happening in everyday life, and it's not staged. And as diversity, it means shooting a variety of people, shooting different ethnicities. We have a diverse customer base. They're looking for diverse material, so you want to make sure you're shooting diverse ethnicities and diverse people. When it comes to shooting ethnicities, you want to pay attention to details. You want to shoot people of all races, and when you can, try shooting at people's actual homes or the workplace for extreme realism. As far as you also want to shoot people of different ages. Shoot children. You want to shoot middle-aged people in their 40s and their 50s, active and healthy seniors. The key to being a successful contributor on Shutterstock is to have a diversity in your portfolio. So you're getting a lot of eyeballs to your content. You also want to shoot people who are comfortable with the spotlight, who are good actors. You want to give them time to relax in front of the camera. You want to make conversation with them. You want to outline the shoot and make them feel comfortable in front of the camera. Obviously, make sure the subjects and scenes are lit properly. Can't emphasize that enough when you talk to any great cinematographer. It's all about the lighting. If you're not familiar with lighting for video, plenty of tutorials online. Encourage you to take a course at a local school and read up on film and spend time lighting your scene. And last, definitely keep your crew fed. That's really, really important. You don't want a hungry crew. It's important to feed them, make them feel relaxed, make them definitely have food for your crew. So I'm going to go through some video here and sort of talk through some authentic clips, go through the details on what make these clips some best sellers on Shutterstock. So this clip here, you got a chef in the kitchen, natural expression there, the kiss of the fingers. A contributor producing this clip could have stopped the clip right here on the face, but it went a little extra mile there. With a little kiss of the fingers, the dish is ready to be presented. Natural look on the chef's face, well lit. Really, really nice clip. I love the fact that there's other chefs in the background here. Really, really well produced clip here. Here we have a bunch of teenagers interacting with technology. In the first shot there, you can see these teenagers. They're taking a selfie. Selfies are part of our everyday culture now, like it or not. So our customers are definitely looking for people taking selfies of themselves. You can see these in commercials, credit card commercials, technology commercials. These girls have a natural expression on their face. The brunette, the blonde, matched up here. And then it pans over to two other teenagers. I like the fact that they're also not taking selfies. They're interacting with their phone. They may have just taken a selfie of themselves and have posted it on social media and are looking at it on their phones. Love the fact here that the back of the phone has that red backing to the phone. Matches up with this girl's her outfit here, so the colors work together. You can notice the background. When I'm talking about authenticity, you really want to get a nice background somewhere where teenagers hang out is in a school, outside of school. Looks like that could be their school. So really good job there. So let's move on to model release footage. There's a number of different topics that our customers are looking for when it comes to model release. One of them is business model release. They're looking for topics that are dressed business casual. Another topic when it comes to model release are authentic, real office settings. The third, well-lit, cheery medical settings. And four, gay lifestyle clips. Another topic that is in demand. So I'm going to run through this footage really quick here. Here you have two people in a design business. Looks like it could be a small business or a home office design group. Casually dressed, hip look. He's got the glasses. He's got the facial hair. Just a very casual business, dressed very, very casually, small business. This next group here, young people in their 20s. A lot of people, a lot of these companies now are tech companies, internet companies, startup companies. This is a group of people in their 20s out to lunch on a lunch break. Love the way the camera swoops around here to show this girl showing off an app, perhaps an app that this company developed. Just a really natural look. They're casually dressed. Really, really nice clip here. And notice that there's movement on these clips. For authenticity and for high production value, you want to be utilizing a steady cam or a Mobi to get that movement on your clips. So this next clip here, again, casually dressed, very realistic, well lit. A person interacting with their phone has a natural expression, not perfectly dressed. The collar's pulled over a little bit by that bag. So very natural, casually dressed clip. This is a great clip, backlit, great skyline view, not your typical office clip in an office, just great scene. Love this clip here with the glass conference room. Modern day setting. A lot of businesses nowadays, they're not doing your traditional meetings, they're doing a stand-up. So these group is huddled together. Shows the diversity. Love this guy's hair in the corner over there. Just a really natural clip. Don't want to confine it to the interiors of offices. So this is an exterior shot. Camera moving with the subject. Love the color contrast, the dark outfit. The scene in the background, brighter, interacting with the technology, and multitasking, as many of us do for business. So a really, really natural look there. Looks great. As I said before, cheerful medical situations. So we're looking for well-lit, cheerful medical settings. These could be used for healthcare commercials, commercials for political ads. Healthcare is a big topic nowadays. You can see here a nurse interacting with a patient. This is interesting. When you're thinking about medical, you think about healthcare, a lot of people will shoot topics with the faces and the entire bodies in the shot. We get a lot of requests for just body parts. And for example, if somebody was getting an injection by a needle, just that needle going into their arm or the stethoscope against the heart, don't necessarily need the faces and the full body shots, close-up shots like this. Again, cheerful, well-lit. The hands, a tilt up to the subjects here, reveals the model's faces. I like this clip because it does portray a hospital or a doctor setting, but it's not necessarily shot in a hospital. This could be a normal room. It's just lit well. It's all about the dress here. They're dressed as doctors. You have your patient there. Really, really nice clip. This is a hospital. So this is a great clip because it shows some action in the beginning. The gurney rolls by to reveal a positive conversation between the doctor and the patient. Well lit, natural smiles. A lot of these shots are quite often situated in a hospital room where somebody's in a bed or office exchange. Love the hallway shot there, and it's a little different, out of the box thinking. I mentioned before gay lifestyle. This is becoming more common. You're seeing it in commercials, ads, TV, movies, relationships being portrayed. We need more of these clips. You can see here just a couple hanging out. relaxing. You also want to show diversity in your clips as well. So right here we have an African American male, Caucasian, interacting with technologies. Looks like they could be looking at photos on a tablet or some web pages. So some real natural, authentic interaction there, which I really, really like. And obviously you want to show a woman in relationships as well. A couple here hugging and kissing. Model release sports footage. I hear this from my salespeople all the time, that they need model released sports. You know, you can see these clips being used in sporting good commercials, shoe, apparel advertisements. They also are used for messages that convey subjects like strength, courage, teamwork, success, confidence. Some advice here: you definitely want to shoot with what you're familiar with. You want to be familiar with the sport so you can direct the athletes or models. Or if you aren't familiar with the sport, you want to hire a director that can interact with the athletes so it looks natural. We hear a lot of requests for more than 2 athletes. So we get a lot of clips with 1 athlete in it or 2. It's great to have 3 to 5 to 7 to 9. The more athletes, the better, to show the entire teams. Another thing that people don't think about are fans watching and cheering for the teams, and also broadcasters announcing the games. So, as I said before, teamwork. You know, these athletic clips can show teamwork, strength, winning, even losing. You know, that establishing shot there of the athlete. Football, soccer, really it's a world sport. Big demand there with the World Cup. We have the upcoming Women's World Cup, the Olympics in 2016. Right here, this clip, you know, guy kicking a soccer ball, that can illustrate power, illustrate strength. One thing you'll notice on these clips is that they'll go from real speed and they'll slow it down into slow motion. So slow motion, if you have a high-speed camera, you're looking to shoot slow motion. Sports is great for that because it's so quick. You can see all the details there. Right now, baseball, another top popular sport. Spring training, getting ready for the season. Major League Baseball starts in April. You notice in the shot here, there's no logos in the shot. You know, 3 people in the shot, guy sliding into home. You want to pay attention to the details. There's nobody covering third base here, so you want somebody on third base. So you got to really, really think of the details. But overall, a really, really nice clip there. And again, slowing it down. This is another great clip. It's football, a team taking the field, shows teamwork, getting ready. This could be used in a corporate video. Showing strength, showing teamwork, getting ready for a big event. This is a great clip as well. As I said before, we're looking for athletes with more than 2 athletes in the shot. This is one of our contributors who hired a number of athletes to take a football field. Really, really great shot here. This could actually be used for something called playback, which I'll get into in a second. Basically, playback clips are clips that are used on a television or in a movie if models or if the characters are in a bar watching the game on TV. Quite often that's not real sports footage. That's actually a model released clip of a team. So this is something that might be shown in one of those scenes in a movie or a TV show. And, think outside the box, not just those normal sports, but, different sports, sports like gymnastics. It's a great clip, displays strength, patience, stamina, balance. I said before, we're looking for clips of fans. This is it can convey having fun, hanging out with friends, Can be used, as I said before, I explained playback a little bit, can be used in a playback situation, in a movie or a television show. The game, it's not a game without the fan. So this is a great clip here. There's about probably 20 people in the shot. You can, if you were to shoot a clip like this, you can have, hire models for the people in the front row, and then have your filler characters in the back. So you can have family and friends filling up the shot behind. Again, you'll notice that there's no logos on the clothes, and the colors reflect the team colors that they're looking for. Again, same type of clip, but it's with family, mom, dad, child at the game. Not as heavy on the team colors, but again, good job with the no logos. Meet this couple, more casual sports fans at the game. No colors in that shot, no team colors, but there you can tell they're really into it. Tailgating is a real big part of sports. There's a demand for that as well. So this looks like fans on the bed of a truck. Did a really good job not capturing the logos of the vehicles. Again, no logos on the clothing. And it's not all about being at the major league parks, at the professional sporting events. People go to local parks to watch local games. This could be people tailgating and barbecuing for a game, or maybe perhaps one of their children's games locally. This is a really funny clip. We need people at home rooting for their teams on TV. So this clip, we don't have a lot of those on Shutterstock. These guys get really into it. Really excited about the game. I'd recommend you tone it down for a shot like this, but this is something that's definitely in demand. You see it on commercials. Couples watching a game on TV, playing video games, kids. So this is something that we definitely need. Let's talk a little bit about establishing shots. Establishing shots are something that our salespeople need, are always asking for, and our customers are asking for. What are they specifically? It's basically a shot that sets up a scene. So, for example, if you have a couple inside a building in their apartment, there's a scene going on, quite often they'll have an establishing shot of the exterior of the building before they cut in to that couple. These are some of the type of establishing shots that we need. In general, basically the rule is with establishing shots, if it's shot on from a public space like the street, and the building and the exterior is not recognizable, the shot generally does not need a property release. But if the clip is shot on private property, or the building is recognizable, it has logos, there's signs in it, it's established as a business, the entity does need a property release. And I always recommend a property release. Makes your clips that much more valuable. So I always recommend a property release when you're shooting establishing shots if you can get it. And always remember, if you're shooting an establishing shot, to having matching day and night shots. If you're taking an exterior of a building and you live in that area, take it during the daytime and take it as night as well. So here are some examples of some establishing shots. This is an establishing shot if you ever watched a TV sitcom before they cut to the characters inside the apartment building. This is the type of shot that you'll see right here. They did a good job of not being able to identify license plates on cars on that one. Another establishing shot. This is the type of shot where you would want to take the building in the daytime. You want to take it on the nighttime with a couple of these windows lit up from the inside. You want to also use movement in the shots. This is a shot that pans up and stops at a certain point. So you want to think all types of shots, not just locked down, static, but moving as well, tilting up. Some other exterior shots of nondescript buildings. That could be in any city. I mentioned homes before. This is nondescript. There's nothing really unique about this home. This is shot from a public space. It's shot from a car on the street. So another example of a home apartment. Another couple shots of apartment buildings here. As I said, always important to get that movement on the camera. Shot at a really nice time of the day, get a nice light. Not only panning and tilting, but also zooming in. And your a medium shot and also a wide shot. So you want to think all types of angles, all types of shots. Exterior of an office building. This could be any office building in any city. Nondescript, no logos on that. Really like it. I mentioned before, we need police stations and hospitals. So this is a police station. That is a great clip. This is a hospital here, establishing shot. We often hear requests, they want ambulances pulling up to the hospital. So that's something you want to get as well. Night and day. So that's really, really important. I mentioned before, I talked a little bit about playback footage. Playback, as I'll mention again, playback footage is they're released clips that are used in TV and movies. Example, if somebody, as I said before, a character goes into a bar, they're watching a sporting event on the television. It's a clip that looks like a sporting event. So not the individual or the two people sports model release clips. It actually looks like a game. Other examples of the type of playback footage we need, late night TV programming, anything that looks like an infomercial or documentary. Children's television show. Quite often you'll watch a TV show, kids will be on the couch, they'll be watching a TV. We need those type of clips. Game show footage. If you're an animator or an illustrator, cartoons are in demand. So black and white all the way up to modern day. Make a 30-second clip, 60-second clip that looks like a cartoon. Video games. Video games are a part of many people's lives right now. Some of the very popular clips right now are shoot 'em up games like the Call of Duties. You don't want that to look like Call of Duties. You want to look like a generic shoot 'em up. Of course, you wouldn't want any logos or specific information in those clips that refer to a specific video game. Telenovela shows or soap operas, Middle Eastern news or daily shows, any or all fake or cleared sports. As I mentioned before, anything that looks like a football game, soccer, baseball, all on demand. And also talk shows and cooking shows. Basically what you want to do with these clips is you want to compile them, all the elements, into one clip. You don't want to have it all separated out so the customer has to download a number of images. You want it to all be in one clip so the customer can get that playback show or clip all in one clip. Some examples here. This is an example mentioned before, game show. This is something that could be going on in the background. You got the game show host, the contestants, the graphics. Something else we need, breaking news. Often see on TV when there's a news report, big news within the program. There's an investigation. There's some type of breaking news or something to do with a crime. You'll see breaking news clips playing in the background of somebody's homes or a police station or what have you. Another clip that's in demand is weather. So, whenever you're watching the news, you'll always see weatherman. It's part of a news broadcast. So, weather is something that's incorporated into playback. Quite often, you'll get movies or TV shows that center around natural disasters. So, a weather report that conveys an emergency situation or severe weather. Quite often, TVs and movies, they'll need playback footage for a scene inside a hospital. So something like a respirator, something that can be played in a hospital room, footage and also animation. Cooking shows, cooking shows are something that are, people watch and are in demand for playback. So, you would want to cut all these clips into one scene with the person on camera, preparing the food, getting the food ready for the final presentation, and also you want the camera on the subject as well. I mentioned cartoons and also real playback sports footage. Final topic, the point of view footage. Anything that's shot with a GoPro. This is really, really popular nowadays. You'll see it on credit card commercials, commercials for cruise lines, hotels. A lot of shots with GoPro and point of view type footage. So not just GoPro, but many other manufacturers making these point of view cameras. Sony, JVC, Polaroid. They all have cameras out on the market. You want to convey feelings. You want your subject matters to, you want the clips to convey adventure or love or family. That's really, really important. If you don't have the entire subject in the shot, if you're taking a shot with a point of view camera, you want to get their hands in the shot or their legs in the shot, parts of the subject inside the shot if you're not getting them directly in the shot. And also get creative with the objects. You can hook these cameras onto many different objects. So you want to get creative with that. Here are some examples of some footage. This is a happy kid learning how to ride a bike. Looks like the camera is mounted out in front of the bike, but this is just a great clip. This kid is happy, going into dad's arms. You can see here the happiness of the child. Freedom, being spun around, probably held by dad. This is a great clip of a GoPro probably mounted or a POV camera mounted on a bike. As I said before, it's good to get the hands and the arms in these shots. I like the way they have the subject in front of the bike, sort of gives you something to look back. But just a really, really fun clip. Same thing again. On a motorcycle, we've got the hands in the shots. Really, really nice clip there. Skiing, sports, did a good job getting the hands in the shot here. The poles, skis, going down. Really, really, really nice shot there. So I definitely encourage get the hands and the bodies, hands in the shot, but this is great too. This is a GoPro or a wearable camera on top of a surfboard. This is actually in back of the topic, so you can't. It's actually not recognizable, but just a beautiful shot at a really, really nice time of the day at dusk. And this, as I said before, try to get the more models you can get in the clip, the better. This is a great shot of just a group of people on a whitewater raft, like this man in front. Looks like he's in his little older, so not just a young group, but shows diversity there in the age. So really, really nice shot. And that looks like it's just mounted on the top of the raft. And as I said before, just be creative with the objects you're tying, hooking these cameras to. This is just a really, really creative shot. Someone hooking it onto an anchor gives you a really, really interesting point of view there. All our Shutterstock live streams are archived on our blog. Make sure to check that out. Also, make sure to check out our Shutterstock contributor Twitter feed at Shutterstock Rec. That is at Shutterstock REQ. So make sure to check that out. Now I'm ready for your questions.
Thank you. It looks like the most popular videos are in slow motion. Is this true?
The most popular videos are in slow motion. It looks like the question is, it looks like the most popular clips are in slow motion. Is this true? I wouldn't say that's true. I'd say a lot of these clips, the sports model release, they slow it down. Certain clips are slowing clips down, but I would say the real-time clips are just as popular. I may have used a lot of slow motion in here, but I wouldn't say go strictly slow motion over real-time. It just really depends on the situation.
How would you get permission to shoot at a hospital?
That's a good question. How do you get permission to shoot at a hospital? It's not easy to get permission to shoot at a hospital. Usually from the contributors that I've talked to, they they quite often work there and they know people. They have friends there. It's a tough situation. It's not easy to get a property release from a hospital. I would say it's either knowing people at the hospital. You definitely have to ask. You definitely have to get that property release.
Do you need property releases for establishing shots?
Yeah, do you need property releases for establishing shots? So as I said before, the general rule is if you are shooting from a public area and you're shooting a building you're shooting a building that is nondescript, has no logos on it, that isn't recognizable, then it does not need a property release. However, if it's shot on private property and you are shooting a building that is recognizable, has logos, is a store, is a recognized business, then you would need a property release. That would even also go for if it was shot on public property and you're shooting a building that is recognizable, has logos on it, you would need a property release. I always recommend a property release. It just makes your clip that much more valuable because TV and movies, those people in the TV and movie business, they want to make sure that they have permission to use that clip. Property release really makes it so much more valuable. So if you have friends that own bars and restaurants and businesses, ask them if they're open to shooting their business. That's great. Get a property release. This is something that we need. This is something that our customers want. So it really makes your clips that much more valuable if you have a property release.
For people that are visible in shots, do you need model releases?
Yes, we do. We need model releases for their faces. Oh, the question was if you have people in your shots, do you need model releases? If it's going to be showed as a commercial clip and you can make them out, absolutely we need model releases. I always recommend model releases. Some certain situations, if it's newsworthy, can be used in a documentary. We can mark it as editorial if the people are recognizable, but for any commercial use, if the person is recognizable, if their face is in the shot, we need a model release.
If they're in the distance?
If they're in the distance and you can't make them out, then and you are absolutely sure that they're not recognizable, then we wouldn't need a model release.
If sports equipment has a logo on it, is that a legal issue?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we can't accept a shot with a logo in it. It would have to be blurred out, or we would need an actual property release. If it was a Nike logo or Reebok, we would need a property release from Nike or Reebok that says that you have permission to use that in a clip.
Are GoPro Hero videos acceptable?
Yeah, GoPro videos are definitely acceptable. We're accepting HD 1080p. Also, the GoPro Heroes are shooting 4K. So if you have the new GoPro Hero 4 that shoots 4K, definitely, absolutely, we accept it. And as I say again, definitely I stress getting people in the shots, conveying emotion, love, family, adventure. You don't want to just take any normal GoPro footage. Normally, to make it commercially valuable, you want people in those shots.
Can we use footage slowed down by software?
Can you use footage slowed down by software? There are programs out there. There's programs like Twixtor out there that do slow footage down. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're really good at it. I've seen some problems with some clips as far as the clips actually seeing the frames and it getting a little blurry. So we do accept it, but it has to be done the right way, and you really have to know the software.
For playback clips, do you need to have audio?
That's a good question. Normally, you don't need audio, but
In what?
oh, I'm sorry. The question is for playback clips, do you normally need audio? Normally, we don't. But there are certain situations where you're watching a TV or a movie where you actually do hear the audio from the playback clip, so it could apply.
Are nature shots popular?
Nature shots, if done well, are nature shots popular? If done well, absolutely, always in demand. It is one of our more oversaturated categories on Shutterstock. So if it's a nature shot, our customers are looking really for, when it comes to wildlife, getting a lot of requests for exotic wildlife in natural settings. So Obviously, you don't want to be shooting at the zoo. You want to be shooting in a natural environment, shooting wildlife. Obviously, there's a demand for beautiful nature footage as well.
Can you discuss 4K a little bit, how and what you think the impact might be on HD in the future? The
question is, can I discuss 4K and what the impact might be on HD in the future? People are looking, there's definitely a movement to 4K. It's going to happen. A little bit different than the last 3D movement. People are buying 4K televisions. I have friends who are buying 4K televisions. Many of you have 4K cameras. So it's just a natural evolution in resolution. We don't see an immediate impact on people are not going to buy HD in the immediate future, but over the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be a gradual movement towards 4K. So I always recommend get prepared for that. Start shooting in 4K. Great thing about Shutterstock is that we transcode 4K footage into HD. So if you upload a 4K clip, you're going to have your 4K clip, 4K resolution being sold, and HD as well. So definitely get prepared. And on the customer side, we have customers future-proofing as well. They're paying the extra money to buy that 4K clip and be prepared for the future.
Are there any online tools you recommend to track the most wanted content for Shutterstock?
Are there any online tools that I recommend for tracking for content that is demand on Shutterstock? Our Shutterstock blog is a great source for great articles on content that is demand. So just go to shutterstock.com/blog for that. Also, our Twitter feed, as I mentioned before, it's called Shutterstock. It's the Shutterstock contributors Twitter feed, but the actual address is @ShutterstockREQ. That means request. So we're actually listing our customer wants and demands on that Twitter feed, and that's a great resource for you as well. So I encourage you to follow that.
Are time lapses still in demand?
We have a lot of time lapses. If done well, certainly in demand, but we do definitely have a lot of time lapses on our site. A lot of people have actually taken their HD time lapses and re-exported them into 4K. So if done well, absolutely they're in demand, but we do have a lot of time lapses on Shutterstock.
Is production footage in demand? Food, beverage, wood processing?
Is production footage in demand? Food, drink. What was the other?
Wood processing. More like industrial stuff.
Oh, industrial. Yeah, absolutely. You'll see that, that's actually a good example of slow motion. We have a lot of contributors shooting studio shots of food, slow motion of drinks being poured, of, for example, a lime falling out on a black background and splitting into 8 slices of lime. That could be used in a food commercial, and even real time, not just slow motion as well. So food and drink, industrial footage, I think, was the question. That's always in demand. Anything from solar power to oil to mining to shots showing pollution, any environmental impact, definitely in demand.